your opinion, next year. So we know that currently Jacksonville holds the number 1 overall pick. They are most likely taking Trevor Lawrence. Next year, who holds the number 1 overall pick and why?
Yeah, so who's the worst team next year? First team that comes to mind are the Raiders. They have blown up their offensive line, which was one of their strengths for the last several years, which looking back now hasn't really helped them record-wise. They teetered around 500 this last year, which doesn't help their draft stock this year. So it's hard to see that they can have a huge improvement. I don't see Carr getting any better. I don't see that defense getting any better. Denver is going to be a lot better. The Chargers are going to be tougher. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. I'm looking at that team as, Gruden, who signed whatever that 10-year deal, whatever it was. I think he's going to be on the hot seat.
10 years, I think $100 million.
If they win 4 games next year, Gruden's got to be gone. Right? All these other coaches that are around, looking for jobs, man. That has to have.
You would think that Gruden would be gone.
Yeah, that has to. So far, look like a kind of failed experiment, right? Bringing him back to coach that team, but I guess they're
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Raiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd think Gruden would be gone, but you never know. I mean, I didn't think that the Raiders would release or trade 80% of their offensive line and then spend money on Kenyon Drake when you already have Josh Jacobs. None of their moves make really any sense to me. But even still, I had them finishing with the 2nd overall pick next year. The team that I went with next year for the first overall pick was actually the Detroit Lions. They won't be the worst team in the league. I have them right around 5. Worst team is going to be the Houston Texans. But the Texans, because they're trying to sabotage their entire franchise, are going to trade the first overall pick to the Detroit Lions for Don Molback, who is 40 years old and the oldest player in the league. They're a long snapper. Because that just seems like the kind of thing that the Texans would do. In which case, the Lions are going to end up with the 1st and 5th overall pick. They're going to get the QB that they need so desperately, and the Lions are going to be a beast contender from there on out. That's what I'm saying. All right. We're running low on time here, so we're going to do
right now, man.
No, honestly, if obviously that was a joke. I'm going to go with the Texans. It seems like they're doing everything that they can to try and lose games. They're even going back to last year, that deal for Laramie Tunsil, where they sent Laramie Tunsil they got Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills. They sent 2 okay players, 2 first-round picks, and a second-round pick. It just makes no sense. They trade away DeAndre Hopkins. They sign David Johnson. Just none of this. They traded DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. This whole deal with Deshaun Watson, outside of whatever extracurriculars are going on with him, I don't understand any of their moves really. Seems like they're trying to tank. It seems like they spent most of the offseason in negotiations with Andre Roberts to be their returner specialist, and I just don't get it. So I think I'd have to go with the Texans.